Take a look up at the sky and outside. Why? Might as well. Might as well. Might as well. Might as well.
I feel like the only thing about me that is like maybe not as much is just like humor. Like I just don't feel like funny. And it's not that I don't think I'm funny. It's just that like maybe I'm just thinking about too
like
much
forced
how they would
perceive
how
it.
they would perceive it.
But that's what I'm saying. Just practice.
I guess.
Like demos, like the demo tapes or, and then you come out with albums. Right?
I guess so. Maybe we just need to do a lot more.
No, that's what I was saying. I said I think it's gonna be like anything you do it 1,000 times.
Yeah, 10,000 hours.
Dude, we look back 5 years from now, bro, what the fuck were we doing? And then you see where we're at now.
Yeah,
So like we just can't lose track of the vision, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I don't, and I never have.
I know. I do forget that it's 4 episodes in, bro. Like we've done this 4 times.
No, I'm the same with my music, bro. I've been like treatment for a year. Like really, I'm like, bro, why am I not? But dude, I've gained 400 monthly listeners on Spotify in a year. Dropped how many songs, bro? Like all sorts of stuff. It's like, bro, that's a year.
Yeah.
Dirk took him 12 of that consistently.
Mm-hmm.
So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You might be there. That's what I'm saying, bro. So yeah, don't ever like. Who was it? I saw that David Bowie movie, and he had this awesome quote in there. Which I had to write down.
Said it in the last podcast.
Oh, I might have. Yeah. It was about enjoying the process. And he said, by enjoying the process, you are creating a dream come true.
Uh-huh.
So enjoy the process.
That was the one thing about Marky's ass, bro. When he was talking to you about that, he's like, "This is the come." I was like, "That's kind of cool, bro."
Yeah.
Like I could really tell that he believed
He
in
sees
himself. That was good for him.
Yes. Bro, like how are you going to get others to believe in you if you do not believe
I know. I'm bad at that though. I'm not bad at it. I just don't like you're the type you'll like tell people about your music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if they figure it out, they
Yes.
figure it out. You know what I mean? I'm not like, hey, want to come listen to this podcast?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, which isn't bad, like that you do that. It's just like maybe not me, I guess.
No, what I think it is I think there's a comfortableness now because I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do truly believe it. I think I used to feel a lot crazier saying it, but now like, it's like, no, I'm not crazy, I would say. So I think it comes with getting used to it. Cause I used to hate my music, bro. And I didn't really want to tell anyone. No, like I genuinely do enjoy my music. So I think part of me is like excited to show people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that you hate the podcast, but I think once it gets to a point where you're like, you won't be so afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get used to talking to people about it too.
And I also like, do you get it where it's like, where you say something like, oh, I'm a rapper, I'm an artist. And it's just like, it almost feels like you're, I don't know. Like for me, it just feels
like cocky.
Yeah. It feels arrogant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if you really want to know, I'll tell you.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to shove it down your throat, but if they're going to ask me like what I like to do or what do I plan on doing, well, I want to make music. And usually I'll preface it, which I don't like to cast out, but I'll just be like, I know this will sound crazy, or I know this sounds crazy, but I want to make music. I know what people say. I'll usually like kind of not downplay it, but just be like, yeah, I see where you're coming from, but like just know someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Someone will do it.
Exactly.
Who's going to be? It's going to be the person who puts in the work. And, I know God has a plan. And like, if he wants to shut every door possible, he will. That'd suck. But at the same time, he could grant me a greater gift to where I'm like, man, I used to think I was going to do this. And who says that I don't, be a school teacher or whatnot, but like, I can still make music on the side. And, I was actually thinking about that. I was like, dude, what if I did become a teacher and like I was the fun teacher who made music and like the high school kids like are the ones who pushed it. Like, what if I like taught high school kid and they all, if you were in high school and your teacher rap, bro, you'd be like, bro, let me see. And they actually found out it was fire, bro. The whole high school would be bumping your stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, what if you actually use that,
Maybe, bro.
I'm not saying that.
You've been talking about it a lot, bro.
Bro, it's because it's come up and I was like, bro, really? Do I need to be a teacher?
Bro, there's nothing wrong with you.
No, I don't, but I wouldn't want to be a teacher. What the frick would I teach?
Who knows, bro? You could teach freaking
math ain't my thing, science ain't my thing.
Music, bro.
But like, I would have to be trained classically then.
Yeah, so that's not that hard. 4 years college, bro. Call it good.
Do I want to be a music teacher?
Nothing wrong
So
with
here's
it,
AB minor. Like what, bro?
But like, I remember my music teacher, like he was cool, bro.
No, I would. Yeah, it probably would be okay. But I wouldn't even want to do that. I'd want to teach kids, bro. Mm-hmm. Like really, like I wouldn't even want to do it to high schoolers, bro. Like Nixon's age or something. I think that'd be fun. I could give them hugs, play with Play-Doh.
I just couldn't do it. Bro.
Watch movies.
Understand. Like you love kids, bro. That's good for you. Like I'm not about to like I don't like kids. Bro. Really? Like if I have a kid, I know I'll like my kids. Yeah. Like there's certain kids that I do like. Yeah. The overall no, bro. I don't like
really?
Kids,
what age are they fun to you?
I would say like
16,
like 15. And then it just gets weird.
What did your kid do to you, bro?
No, not even, bro. Like I don't know. And my mom always says like kids love me and all that kind of stuff.
No, because you got a bright soul.
Yeah, and like, but that's the thing too. I realized that I don't know how to like talk down to their level. Yeah. So it's like, it's almost like a good thing though, because I just talk to them as they're normal people. And I think kids like that. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, and it's like once they're like 2 or 3 and they can kind of understand you, that's when you should. Mm-hmm. You get that baby voice kind of like you do with a puppy. Yeah. But like with Nixon, bro, like he's to the point where I can talk to him. Mm-hmm. And like, I remember the other day I don't remember what we were doing, but I was at my mom's and I went to church and he wanted to ride with me from church. It's literally across the street from New Hope Church, our house. And he hopped in the back and we were just talking and I was like, dude, like, I hope you know, like, I love you. Mm-hmm. I know. And I was like, but like, like I've been like a bad brother and I want to apologize. Like I've been absent, like, when I was going through my stuff, when I was in the hospital, he's like, you weren't a bad brother. And I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, dude, I just kind of weren't there for you, but like, I hope you know I'm there for you now. And he was like, I know, Trey, and I love you. And it was just like this convo of like, wow, like cute, bro. Like literally, I was like, it made me want to cry though, but I was just like, this kid like loves me, bro. Mm-hmm. And like, you saw that reel where like, I think you saw, but it was on Instagram to that one song. And, the end of it is, I showed like the overdose and the end of it, I walked through the door and Nixon and Keaton, I surprised them. That was the day I got back out of the hospital and they like ran and they just like, I remember our relationships changed after that moment. It's like they both, I realized that they cared for me and I didn't really see it that way before. And it was probably because I was high and whatnot, but I didn't know that they loved me. Yeah. But like for me, I remember it was like when I left my house last year, kicked out, whatever you want to call it. I just remember my Quinn just like crying and just like, he was so scared for me. And he was just like, and it's weird because like that was the point where I realized, wow, he really cares for me. He loves you. Uh-huh. Yeah. And he knew like where I was going and everything. And he was like, and even my little sister, she was crying too. And I mean, everybody was crying, but it was just like, dang, like they actually don't want to see me. And at the same time, it was kind of same with me. Like I was at a point where maybe it was myself. I didn't feel loved. Yeah. Or you didn't love yourself. So how could anyone else love me? Yeah. And then it was like, whoa, and like there was another time, like, I basically tried to kill myself and like my parents told them. And I just remember like the whole family crying. And it's interesting because it's like, I feel like for younger kids, they see your thing and they still love you and everything. But for me, it's like seeing my older siblings hurt for me was like what really made me realize that they love me.
Yeah.
Because those were even at points where I wasn't even hurting for myself. You know what I mean? And they were.
No, for sure.
So it's like, yeah, I think that's kind of a telltale way of just seeing it. You see it differently for different ages,
and every once in a while I'll get the glimpse of like, wow, God does love me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I had that more, but even coming out of the coma, I don't remember like the first day or two and we all met up, but there was a night I was like I felt so alone, so sad. It was like rainy. I remember it was just rainy for like 2 weeks. And it was just so gloomy and depressing. And I was like, really? Like, this is what I came back to? Like, I felt so alone in the room. My mom had just left. She could only be there till a certain time. And,
was this in the hospital?
Yeah. I remember I just bawled my eyes out, bro. I was just crying and like, it was like so weak. I wasn't supposed to get out of my bed alone, but like I got out of my bed alone. I remember it's like, I was just watching myself crying in the mirror. I don't know if you've ever had one of those like moments. You're just like, really, this is me? Right? And all of a sudden I was like, bathe yourself, clean yourself up, read your Bible, order some snacks, let's watch a movie. And I remember like, I couldn't really bathe myself, but I had baby wipes and like, that was what they cleaned me with. I did that. I remember I like read my Bible and I remember all of a sudden, like the rain like kind of stopped. And when it like gets done raining, but like the clouds are open and the sun will shine, felt like there was like these sun rays and it just turned beautiful. I'm getting shivers, bro, but I just remember this moment. And like, I read my Bible and I ordered like these juice cups and yogurts and all that stuff. And I just had like an awesome night. But that was like one of those experiences where like, oh, God is in this room. And like, those are what I live for. Yeah. I love those. Sure. That's what heaven's going to be forever. But he gives us glimpses, bro. And like hell, that's what's scary is there's no chance for that ever again. Like here, this is the closest thing to hell, like Lord willing, we will ever know. It's like there is still like hope for joy and like hope for love, kindness, all those good emotions and feelings. But like hell is going to soon be the absence. And like, yeah, those are what I know my God as, just like that real peace, bro, that like nothing else can give. And like it just comes once in a while, but like he'll just remind.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's happened days I wanted to kill myself, like just all sorts of stuff. It's like really cool.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about for sure. Just those little moments where it's just like everything is okay.
Like maybe even last Wednesday, you were talking about that peace. Just, man, I felt the spirit in you, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. But do you think, kind of random question. I was talking to one of my coworkers about this. Do you think, because you kind of talk about this, but God shows some people hell?
What do you mean?
Maybe not exactly like sends them to hell. Yeah. But you remember I tell you about my trip experience where it was like I literally felt like I was in hell, and he was talking to me. He had kind of experience like that too. For sure. And I think God, I truly believe that he showed me like the other side. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I just wondering like, cause I know you've had dreams and all that kind of stuff. So like, you think he does that?
For sure. Yeah, like in Job 33, which is my life chapter, I look at it, but he talks about, for God speaks in one way, and in two, though man does not perceive it, in a dream and a vision of the night, he terrifies them on the bedside to turn man aside from his deed, right? And so, and also I think, there was the king and then there was Lazarus, and it talks about the void. There was a separation, but he dies. Yeah. He goes to hell. Lazarus, and he received all these good things, right? And having the rich man, Lazarus received all these bad things, but yet is at peace, right? So it's this void, heaven and hell. And like, he can see Moses and Lazarus across this void. And he's like, Moses, would you dip your finger in water and just give me a drop? For I'm like, it's hot here. And he's like, no, like Lazarus received bad things and he's in comfort now and you are now experiencing bad. And so I think God shows us hell in the word too.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying that he always is just going to show you or take you there.
Yeah,
people are going to have NDEs, near death experiences, but like you read the word, he'll show you the good and the bad. He'll show you peace. You know, you want to have God show you something, like read your Bible.
For real.
And I think anyone who's a Christian can see that. And I think again, hell, I don't, and I agree with, I think it's not MacArthur. David Wilkerson. He has this awesome sermon on hell. I got to revisit it every once in a while.
You sent me that.
Yeah, he doesn't believe hell, or he didn't believe hell was this burning fire. No, he believed it was you're here again for a split second, and you're reminded that like God gave you every chance, but yet you turned away, and then you're back to the hell. It's a mental hell. It's a physical hell. It's a real hell. And it's not some lame fire, bro.
And that's what I say it was for me when I did have that experience. It was a wow. Like I really like it. It's so hard to explain to people. But
it's a
like,
trip. Yeah.
It was drug induced, but it was just like, God, I literally can't call out to God right now. Like I am alone. Like nothing can save me. And it was just the most like I just remember there were just like feelings where it was like, I wish I did it right, bro. Like, why am I here? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know I kind of hear what you mean in that. It was just like it was only me and myself. Like it was just crazy, bro. So I definitely hear that.
Yeah. And that's what I mean is like, I think it's, I think we get glimpses. I think everyone does, like whether it's a death in the family or like someone hating you or like just a pain. It's like, I think that's a glimpse of like what's to come. But we do still have good here. There is such a thing. And that's just 100%. Grace. And even the wicked experience it. I think that's, who's the nothing new under the sun?
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
Solomon
talks about even, or it's just, I don't know what I just said, but he talks about something like that. I remember reading that. And I was like, yeah.
Everything
like even the evil, prevail or experience something. I don't know what it is, but, no, it's real. And it's just like what we were talking about in the car is like, if I know these things and I fail to put them into use, put them into action, like that's a scary thing to me.
For sure.
It's like, that would suck because, like David Rochen was talking about, you will know. Yeah. You will not lose the memory of this world. You will know every time, every pastor that tried to save you, or sermon that was preached, and you just won't have another chance. Here we do.
You think, just kind of off the rabbit hole, do you think in heaven you'll have memory of, this life?
I think if hell's going to be that, then sure. And I think if anything, the bad it's kind of like, okay, remembering bad days from 5 years ago and being like, man, like, look where I am now. Like, thank you, God. Like, I think a part of that memory could translate back to good. Now, well, I don't know if we'll be able to experience like negative emotions. So maybe the memories are weird there, different. Or we experience them.
What if it was like, kind of like you were saying, in hell, you remember all the moments you could have, whatever. Yeah. What if it was like in heaven, you remember all of the, maybe not, like you said, not exactly negative emotions, but maybe you remember the bad days. Yeah. Then you see the providence of God. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. God will be glorified in all of it.
And you can like see maybe like the whys behind some of the things.
Yes. Exactly. That cool. Oh, you did that's why you did it. Yeah. Like that. And excitement of like, whoa, like dude. For sure.
I hope.
Yeah. And now we're like kind of guesstimating, but
but it's fun to talk about.
Yeah,
sometimes.
For sure. And part of me can't wait to like figure that out. Like, yeah, like I do have like hope for that. And yeah, like I said, I hope this is the closest thing to hell, bro. Cause like,
For real.
just really imagine like a peace.
Yeah, bro.
For good.
Imagine never sinning again.
Yeah.
But